After all that, we're finally now going to start talking about the B plot or the B story. Hi guys, I'm oddfud. I, this month, have been going through my step-by-step process of my outlining and planning process that I do in order to be able to, at the end of it, sit down and just start typing. I've written about 4 to 5 novels. The first one that I did was not with this step, but I've done NaNoWriMo every year since 2019. In the last 4 years, I've been doing it this method by making the nice extended outline, and these last 4 novels are like way better than the first novel I did, as they should be. My outlines, the reason I'm holding this one subject notebook is my outlines take up a whole one subject notebook. I spend a long time with this book in the month before I sit down to write at the computer, and I do this all by hand. You could do it also on a Word document or something, but I like to do it by hand because I like to take it around with me and I like to write wherever I feel like writing. So we've gotten basically almost to the end of the book, and we have only barely discussed the B plot. Now, there should be B plots, maybe even C plots in your book, maybe even D, E, F plots. But, like, if you really stick to it, the A plot and the B plot should very closely be integrated into your main character. The reason that I don't start planning the B plot until I've finished the A plot almost entirely is sometimes you really can't tell what the B plot is until you're done with your main character's full story. And, so we've done the whole ups and downs for our main character. We've gotten them to the false high. They went tumbling down to the low, and they scratched themselves back up. The only step we have left is the finale, which is tomorrow. And so now you can kind of go back and see when we get to these very important moments, what is like really happening to our character, and that can really help you with the B plot. The B plot is often, but not always, the love interest in the story. So like the A plot is like very closely connected to your main character's goals and their wants and like their flaws and their needs and whatnot, but sometimes there's always like a secondary love story. The love story often helps the character to feel their best at the midpoint, and then also to help them get out of the very low point that they're at the dark night of the soul, to help them claw back up. Those 2 times that the B plot crosses over the A plot are very, very important in helping you to decide what your B plot is going to be and what is going to be essential for your main character to go through. So the 2 places they cross at are the midpoint up at the very top of the peak. We've been talking about that sine curve. So you have if you think about your story as a single sine curve, then you want to cross the B plot at the top of the sine curve and at the bottom, the very peak and the very trough. Time you cross the midpoint at the top is when you're like really feeling good. Maybe you have your first kiss, or when you realize that somebody likes you, or like you are talking, maybe your B plots with your therapist and you're like, I'm doing so good, I don't even need therapy right now. Maybe your B plots with like some other sort of mentor and like things are just really clicking. And then like as the ball keeps rolling, things are going well, and then things are going poorly, but like the story is still going. And then when your character is in their dark night of the soul, somewhere around that, either right before or soon after the dark night of the soul, they're going to cross paths with the B plot in some way. Maybe they cross paths physically with the actual person involved in the B plot, or they're just thinking about that person, or they're thinking about the B plot in general. And that is how they have the aha moment. We've talked about the dark night of the soul at the bottom of the trough. We talked about the upswing where we get back. You make all the good climactic choices to get back to zero and becoming a changed person. You make all of those choices to turn away from your flaw towards your strength. All of those choices that you make, you would have never made it without the aha moment. So your main character has to have their aha moment that will involve the B plot in a lot of cases. So, and I suggest if you are a little bit unsure of what's happening with your character at the end, what gets them from the really down low to the clawing their way back up, cross the B plot. Figure out what your B plot is and cross the B plot with the A plot. Get that character to find their aha moment in their B plot. So I hope you learned something about the B plot today. I think that trying to force the B plot in before you get to the end of your main character's arc can be possible, but I find it rather challenging. I think it's a lot more simple to have the whole story written out and then figure out what the B plot is at those two sections, and then you can flesh out your B plot after. The B plot should be involving one of the characters that you've already written and you've already made a nice story circle for. So the pieces should already be there. You just have to place them into the right place. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked this video, give it a like. I really liked this video because I think figuring out the B plot for me was difficult. Figuring out like why there needs to be a B plot and like what is a B plot and like why isn't that the A plot. It took me a while to figure it all out. But once I figured out those two crossing points and what makes that important, writing B plots has been so much easier. So if you like that video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more about my writing, I'm almost done with this month, but I still have more to say about writing and more to say about reading. I'm going to get back to actually writing the words of some novels soon, so I'll talk about all my tips and tricks there and my trials and tribulations. I'm going to start editing soon. I've edited before, but I've never edited a novel that I've written before, so I'm excited to see what comes along with that. And then next year, my goals are to reach out to agents and then hopefully get an agent and one day get published. I would love to do that, and I would love to share that with you. So if you're interested in seeing how the next couple of years unfold for me, subscribe to this channel. It's oddfud. If you want to see tomorrow's video, which is about the finale, ring the bell to be notified of it, and you'll be the first to know when it comes out. Soon we're going to be talking about my writing journey and my reading journey, and I'll be answering some questions. So if you have any questions about writing or reading, please leave a comment below. I'm so happy to see them. Even if you don't have a question, just say hi. It'll make my day. And thank you so much for watching this video and any other videos that you might see on your screen today. There's a playlist of all of my writing videos. So check those out, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!